Hello?
I tell you something I did.
Ray?
Something bad. Shit runs downhill. Father to son, father to daughter.
He's gonna kill Mickey.
It has to end.
The NFL playoffs are here. DraftKings Sportsbook is kicking things off with an amazing offer as we get closer to Super Bowl 56.
New customers can get 56-1 odds on any wildcard team to win their game. Bet just $5 to win $280 in free bets if your team is victorious.
If Sportsbook isn't available in your state yet, you still have something to play for this wildcard weekend. Everyone can play for huge cash prizes with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Football Contest.
Get in on all the playoff action. DraftKings has given all new customers a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes with their first deposit.
What you waiting on, fam? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use our special promo code SMOKE and get 56-1 odds on any NFL team.
You heard it right. Bet just $5 and win $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's promo code SMOKE at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL.
Bismack Biyombo signed for the rest of the remainder of the season with the Suns to play behind Ayton. Even they still have JaVale McGee, but what does Bismack Biyombo bring to them that they need to sign him for the remainder of the season? Help me understand that one.
What I mean, I was waiting for a body.
I have no idea.
I haven't opened up a file on Bismack.
Stay tuned. We got to do more homework.
Yeah.
We got to go talk to the general
I don't want to
manager,
miss
somebody at the staff. Yeah, because we want to know what he's done.
Okay.
We don't know. We don't know.
Nah, that's all I can do for you.
What's up, world? We're back. Episode of What's Burning. My brother, the big diplomat, Jelani McCoy.
Yes, sir.
We call him J-Mac, so I'm gonna call him J-Mac the rest of the show. That's what the only time I'm gonna say his whole name like that. It's
Probably,
J-Mac.
Probably. It would be weird if you didn't call
Yeah,
me something else.
that's definitely
we'll
not us.
Yeah, we'll get the other stuff dialed in, but yeah, for sure.
Shout out to my brother Matt. We're gonna go and knock this out. You ready to get to it?
Let's get to it.
All right, status check. The Clayster's back.
Clay White.
The other half
Yes, sir.
of the shooters.
Yes, sir.
Over there in Golden State, man. Warriors beat the Cavs Sunday night.
Without a doubt.
How did Clay look to you?
He looked good, man, for somebody with almost a 2-year layoff, and considering he has, extreme injuries on both different sides of his lower extremities.
Mm-hmm.
He looked good. He proved maybe something to himself or the crowd by taking it to the 10 and getting that rack, that bang out. But he looked good. He moved well. Hats off to Steve Kerr for involving him early, you know what I mean, and getting him out there, helping with his confidence through the rehabilitation process. And I thought he looked even better than I thought he would. I'll just leave it at that.
I just think everything went perfect for him. You know what I mean? From him going to the D-League and getting his confidence to the level it needed to be, for all his teammates to wear his jersey to the game, to give him that confidence, for him to start as well. But they also did something that they don't normally do. They introduced him last in a starting five lineup.
Right.
You know what I mean? So also that gave him an extra for the fans to get into it. And like you said, Steve got him involved, early in the game. So it was a great night for Clay. Good to see him back, man. The Warriors just don't look the same without him on the court. You know what I mean? So it was good to see him back and to get a win as well, with him playing well.
It's good for basketball.
17 points, 3-8 from the field.
Yep. I mean, it's good for basketball. Clay's back. It's obviously good for the Warriors. He fit in seamlessly because of the Warrior system and the confidence that Coach Kerr has with his team, not only as a former player, as a coach, but like you said, he looked good. And, the rest of the league got to be on alert, because if he's going to come back looking even just like that, that's going to be a big plus for the Warriors.
So are we looking at championship team again?
I think we have to. Don't you think so? I think if he, like I said, if he just does that, on a nightly basis, he's good. He's better than probably the majority of the two guards of the league, besides the volume shooters, the guys that just shoot 20, 30 shots. But we know he got to split responsibilities with Steph. And I think if he comes out and just does the Clay thing or just that and keeps improving, then they got to be considered for the finals.
To be tied for the best record in the league, best team in the league with Phoenix, And to get a player like Klay back,
Right.
I have to say they're the championship contender now, for sure.
No doubt, no doubt. So, real quick story on Klay. I remember a couple years ago working out in Orange County with Ryan Forehand Kelly, who's actually on the Brooklyn Nets staff. We worked Klay out for about an hour right before he got drafted, just talking to him about the draft process. He had slid in a little bit in the draft. If you follow Klay's history, you know why. But we shot for an hour, and my man missed Stak, no bullshit. My man, there's 2 shots in an hour in the midst of us talking about the draft process and what to expect, and him putting up hundreds of shots going into different angles and spots. He missed 2 shots in an hour, and we looked up at about 45 and just realized, man, is this man really? Are we really feeding him and talking to him? And he just continually knocking down shots and moves effortlessly. The way he moved was robotic, almost Frankenstein-ish. So it's a lot like what we see, now. But he even had that before the draft. So that's just a quick little anecdote on Klay. He's always been this guy. The sky's the limit for him. We hope he stays healthy.
Yes, sir. So with Klay being back, we've seen guys get injured and never be the same player again. You know what I'm saying? They scared to trust that injury again. But Klay didn't have that problem. He showed right up. He jumped off the leg for a dunk. He came out real aggressive. What you think his mindset is to come out so confident after those 2 bad injuries?
I think that's just who he is. He's a hooper at the end of the day. I think we've seen Klay on social media. I think he's a pretty simple guy. Basketball, what he likes to do with his friends and family, and that's about it. And Stak, you've played through a myriad of injuries through your career, whether it be the Big 3 or the NBA. So you can, and you've been performing at a high level. You've been a scorer a lot like Klay. So I think you can speak to you would be a perfect person to speak to what mind frame you have to be to come back from an injury, to keep your confidence, not with just only your shot, but like your body, because you need your body to make a shot as a shooter scorer, and you can speak to that.
And one thing about Klay, he don't need no dribbles to get off. We know that. That's a good thing. But I think it's all about the person you are. You know what I mean? I've seen all-stars get injured and never come back because they don't have that confidence to push themselves, or they're too scared to get injured again. You know what I mean? And I guarantee a lot of them sitting at home thinking like, damn, I wish I would have trusted myself, because so you'll never get that time back. I love the confidence that Klay came out with, but you got to think though, man, when the game is taken away from you for 2 years, and you get an opportunity to get back out there, you don't care about nothing else but just being out there. Whatever happens. You know what I mean? Yeah. And how bad could it get with Klay? You know what I'm saying? He's been through the worst part. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty dark. It was pretty dark.
But you have to be mentally strong to understand, especially the role he has on that team. He ain't coming in as a guy who was hurt and coming in to play a bench role. Right. This is a big piece of the puzzle for them. You know what I mean? So for him to come back confident, I know that put that dunk and all that put a smile on everybody's face.
Yeah. Big time.
Status check. Nets and Bulls Wednesday night. Kyrie's 3rd game back.
Kyrie now.
What you got to
stop playing? Okay. All right, there was a lot of talking about, what Kyrie was going to do with his, his personal situation. Seems like, he's always, he's obviously going to be halfway there. But, I mean, Kyrie, as soon as he stepped back on the court, it didn't seem like nobody was calling his bluff or had anything to say about it. You tell me, Stak. I mean,
I'm high on Kyrie. That's little bro, man. I talked to him the whole time. I'm just happy to see him back on the court. And I'm really excited to see this game. These are 2 of the top teams in the East.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? The way the Bulls are playing right now is looking scary. The Bulls red hot, 9 of their last 10 games.
Yep.
The matchups: Kyrie Ball, Durant.
What is it? Gotham and
Levine.
Gotham and what do they call New York and Chicago? What is it? Gotham and what do they call New York? I know Gotham and Chicago. What do they call
Windy
New
City?
York? Windy City or whatever that is.
The Windy City?
Whatever that is, the rivalry between New York and Chicago should be turned up a level, because Chicago's obviously playing out of their mind.
It's a different Bulls team.
Way different Bulls team.
Yeah.
Way different. A lot towards the talent that they had in the 90s. The depth that they had, the different skill position players that can play a couple of different positions. It's a lot like the old 90s Bull teams with Tony Goo coach and other people that come in and know their role. So I'm excited about that Chicago Nets matchup. That's going to be a monster.
Who you got winning that one?
I mean, Chicago, this is beautiful and everything, but I have whatever they figure out, if they're going to get those 3 players on the team, out on the court at the same time in Brooklyn, it's a wrap for everybody.
Playoff series, but Kyrie can't play home games. What's your opinion on that one?
Then it's going to live page.
Yeah.
Then we got to update the situation in the live page.
Action.
You know what I mean? The line is going to change. But, I mean, obviously, if Kyrie's not going to be available, that's, the matchup between Lonzo Ball and him and Kobe White. You know what I mean? They got some good PGs for him to be a great test for Kyrie coming up on Wednesday. But overall in the series, if they got those three monsters on the field, I'm going with Brooklyn.
All right. Next up, Mavs and Grizzlies Friday.
Lord.
Two of the top point guards in the league, Ja Morant, Luka.
Yeah.
4th and 5th seed in the West. What's your take on this game?
I mean, it's Luka. It's Luka versus Ja. There's been a lot of talk who's the better point guard, who's the top 5 point guard. Luka's had some MVPs talks. Ja's playing out of his mind as it pertains even to the last 24 hours and beyond. So we talked about it earlier. He might be taking that step to earning another nickname. We've seen Flash do it. We've seen Kobe do it. This might be his official step into earning his moniker or new nickname. If it's going to be Ja, if it's going to be the big whatever it is, if Shaq going to give him a nickname, it seems like now he's trending to that's happening.
So both of those guys are stars in this league right now.
Yes.
We've been talking about Luka as MVP. He's been in MVP conversation the last 2-3 years. We're just starting to talk about Ja and the All-Star talk. Which one of these players would you start your franchise with?
I just don't know with the recent ongoings of what Ja is doing, and after him, getting booed at home at Memphis, and then coming out of that and ascending to this next level. It seems like these younger kids, they got social media, so they hear all that shit.
Yeah.
If there's somebody saying that in the comments, they see that on the way to the game, probably, and they on their way out to head to the court to get to business. So I'm gonna go with Ja. Because of the youth, Luka got a lot of miles before the NBA.
No question.
Right, you know what I mean? Over there at Real Madrid, you got the European
you can't get the miles
European
back.
mile, you never get those. But Ja's already coming back from injury sooner, you know what I mean, improving his game after the layoff, after he gets some rest. So right now, as it currently is with me, I'm going to go with Ja.
With me, I have to go with Ja, too, for the simple fact that he gives you more. We know what Luka can do. He's a problem on the offensive end. He's a great playmaker. But Ja is both of those things, too. And he's an athlete, and he's a defender. So he gives you more right now at the point guard position, and that's what you need.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You need that from a guy like him, so I have to go with Ja, too.
Speaking of defense, it's hard on Luka because he's got so many dynamic point guards he has to guard every night, from Ja to CP3. It's just there's just no hiding at the one spot in the league right now. And I know small ball is the apple of everybody's eye right now. But who does Luka guard defensively, Stak? You know what I mean? Give me your take on that as a defender who has some offensive scoring responsibilities.
Yeah.
It's not like he can go lock up and then not hide the fact he still has to score 25 points a game. So Ja's giving you something on the defensive end with his athleticism, with his commitment to defense. Luka really, really don't know what that looks like. How does that play out in your eyes?
Yeah, well, we know Luka's not a great defender, but we see that on multiple teams. So if we're going to hold him accountable, we got to hold Golden State because they hide Steph a lot. You know what I'm saying? They hide CP a lot too. So different teams do that now. When we playing, you couldn't hide nowhere.
No.
You know what I mean? I remember playing for Don Nelson. Every time we played against Phoenix, it didn't matter who Steve Nash guarded. Go post up. And if he don't get the ball, Nelly taking you out the game. I'm talking about every possession down till they take him out.
Yep.
Right? So, but they don't do that now. And you have guys where you can put Steph on a player because this guy's not going to be as aggressive as the other guys now. Back then, everybody being aggressive. So you can't really fault him for that. I think there's a lot of teams in the league playing that way, but he's definitely not the defender that Ja is.
I'll add to that. I'll say one thing when we play, like even the non-shooters, if it got swung around to you and even you wasn't a round shooter, they got pissed when you didn't shoot it.
Right.
Nowadays, it feels like you have so many specialists when you're a non-shooter, you can just kick and they're good with that.
It don't mess up the offense.
See, but you got to develop a player when you're there to coach on a professional level. You know what I mean? When we in the '90s, it seemed like the development seeped a little deeper through the roster. Now it seems a little top heavy.
Right.
You come in as a specialist, you defend, you don't shoot the ball. If you're a big dude, you screen, you roll, you shoot a hook
One-dimensional.
shot. One-dimensional. 80s. All 5 players on the court had skills. 90, it was starting to get a little into the specialists, but I feel like now there's so many specialists now that they can hide development.
Well, I mean, when we talk about with defense with Luka, I think having Brunson has been a plus for them because he's tough-nosed. He a dog. You know what I mean? And when you're going up against great point guards, like Steph Curry and Chris Paul, you're going to need that dog. I think that's a great way that they've been hiding Luka as well. But you can't be able to hide now against teams like Golden State because now you're going to have to guard Klay or somebody or Poole or somebody. So, you know what I mean? I think they need to force him to guard someone now because when it comes to the playoffs, it's going to look so foreign to him.
I was thinking the same thing.
It's going to be bad.
In a 7-game series, they might want to get ahead of that now. He doesn't have to be a lockdown defender. He just has to stay in front
compete.
And just stay in front of the guy he's matched up against. The one guard. Everybody knows how hard it is to stop an NBA point guard, but if he could just stay with his matchup, I think it'll help the Mavs, and you hit it right on the head. Jalen Brunson is doing a lot like E. Snow did for AI in Philadelphia. To
all
take
the dirty
that
work.
pressure off of him defensively, facilitate offensively, you know what I mean? So
Brunson is Patrick Beverly with offensive game and moves.
And
he a lefty.
And his dad, he
come from good stock,
Villanova. They running through the wall in practice. So it all came together at the right time. J Kidd, it just so happens to be J Kidd is the head coach. He's probably seen a lot of these different point guard pairings. So I think that's the right move.
Next up on the radar, presented by DraftKings. We talking NBA championship odds, big bro. Got some tough matchups this week. Warriors and Bucks Thursday. Warriors and Bulls Friday.
Big week for the Warriors. Right now, the Warriors are at 5.5 to 1 odds to win. The Bucks are at a 7.5 to 1 odds to win, and the Bulls are at 25 to 1 odds to win. Stak, tell me how this is going to play out. Let's talk about it. Big week for the Warriors. It's a big test, getting Klay back, getting a couple of their pieces back, playing against some top-notch East Coast, contenders and talent. How's this going to play out?
I really feel like Draymond is going to have this team's mindset as they're in the finals, Game 7, like they have something to prove. They all feel they feel complete now. They got Klay back, right? And it's been so much. They've been taking so much because the team has been beat up. They haven't been healthy. I think they're ready to be back at championship form. I think the Warriors going to come out and really try to make a statement against the Bucks and the Bulls this week. You know what I mean? I could, like I said, with Klay back. It's just different from when you get your star player back. One of your star players just brings a new life on the team. Even with the young guys that's knowing that their minutes are going out the way, they all buying in what's best for the team, and they know Klay playing a big role is a big part of it. So I just feel like the attitude and the feel the Warriors have is going to be too much for both teams this week.
I can't disagree with that. It feels like the Warriors are in the upper echelon of the league right now, whether it be through management, through coaching, or Steph being one of the most unselfish superstars it is in the league. The Warriors are just outclassing the league right now, and the fact that they've already transitioned players to the bench to prepare for Klay's arrival as a starter just speaks to them, outclassing and outpacing the league right now. And like we said before and alluded to before, there's no reason to think they're not on the trajectory to the NBA Finals. What part of this, any of these matchups that intrigue you in this Warrior series?
Yeah, for me, this is the one that sticks out to me. I want to see Draymond guard Greek Freak. I'm excited about that because that could be a potential finals matchup, right? And Greek Freak has been the MVP, being the most dominant player in the league. I think Draymond is confident right now, knowing that he has all his weapons now. And like I said, this is going to be a big game for him, a big test for them. So I think the matchup between them two, I want to see that because Draymond is somebody that can really take somebody out the game. You've never seen nobody do that to Greek Freak. But I think Draymond is in his bag, and it's one of my favorite players in the league.
Well, you in your bag right now because I would like to disagree with you on a couple of these, at least a couple of these issues. But I think you're right. You know what I mean? Just keep it real. You know what I mean? I just think you're right. Draymond, you know what I mean? I feel should be up for MVP talks. The way he's held the glue together, regardless of the box score. He seems to make plays and, continue to have that locker room together. But I am interested to see what's going to happen with the Greek Freak because it seems like he started off slow. He ran through Anthony Davis, regardless if Anthony Davis was working through some injuries. I mean, he was out there on the court. You know how that goes.
You out here?
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm assuming you had 100%. Yeah, I'm assuming you had 100%. But the Greek Freak has just been running through 5s and 4s and 3s and 2s. He's just been able, his versatility has just been
unmatched. And he's shooting the 3 ball now.
Confidently. But that Chris Middleton is going to rub off on him. Eventually, he's going to start shooting. There's no way he can look on the other end of the court and watch Chris Middleton make all them shots. You know how that is without becoming a better shooter.
Yeah, you got to
pick up some pointer. Once you're around your teammates, you start to pick up a little bit of his traits, his game. Maybe he's sharing some notes. So it's just going to be interesting, that Draymond Greek Freak matchup, and just Klay. Just Klay coming back against, you know what I mean, some good teams. Middleton, he's gonna have some wings.
Okay, hold on. So hold on. Let's look at that.
Yeah.
Steph, Drew Holiday.
Right.
Middleton, Klay.
Yep.
Greek, Draymond.
That's good basketball.
Must-see TV.
That's good basketball.
That's must-see TV.
You almost wish you had 3 TV windows to watch each matchup individually.
yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, and don't forget about Bobby Portis. Andrew Wiggins found himself in the Bay Area. Crazy eyes. Bobby Portis is playing out of his mind, shooting, he's shooting almost 40, high 40% from the 3-point line or close to it.
Wiggins could be an all-star.
He might. You wouldn't be surprised if they name him one.
He's been balling.
He's been balling. I'm actually happy for him.
Yep.
As a first pick, a lot of people threw under the bus.
I was one of them.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And we only do that just to hope somebody prove you wrong.
That's it.
That's what Big Fella, that's what Shaq said. It's only when you play it and you're of it and you spend enough time in it, you should be able to speak on certain things.
Right.
Right. And so I'm actually happy, or we're happy, and I know you're happy he's changing everybody's perception.
Yep.
And he's finding a new home for himself at Golden State. The Warriors on Friday are playing the Bulls, and let's talk about these backcourt battles. We got Steph, Klay, Wiggins, Poole, the Chicago side. DeMar DeRozan's playing out of his mind. Closing games out of his mind. Zach LaVine, Lonzo Ball, Kobe White. I mean, I'm probably, if I'm missing somebody, let me know. But just that matchup alone those are some good wings to watch in this matchup.
Yeah, I just think the the Steph and the Lonzo Ball matchup, because Lonzo knows that in order for them to win, he has to play defense.
True.
He gonna some type of way have to lock Steph up. I don't know if LaVine's gonna guard him or what, but that matchup is gonna be the tell of that game, because Klay still's working his kinks out and all that, and Klay has a tough matchup on his hands whether he guards DeRozan or LaVine.
True.
You know what I mean? But that matchup with Lonzo and Steph is gonna be a good one.
I think that's where Kobe White comes in too, because he hasn't had the year that he had previously. I think he's coming off an injury, but as he gets back and gets into it, I think he takes a lot of load off of Lonzo, to where Lonzo can do the Lonzo thing and pick you up full court, facilitate, and not feel pressed to get 20 points, which ain't really his game.
That's why Steph got to take off. You got Peyton picking up everybody full court.
There you go.
Doing all the dirty work. So it's good to have players like that to give your stars a break from time to time.
You got to have it.
Next segment, creating your future. Players on minimum deals or non-guaranteed deals who are creating their future paydays. First up, we're going to talk about Malik Monk.
Mm-hmm.
He balling. He playing this role. Right now he's on a 1-year deal worth almost $2 million, all guaranteed. Right now he's averaging 26 minutes per game, 12 points per game, shooting at 47% from the field, 39% from 3. Think he going to get that bag?
I mean, who they handing the bags out to? If not, players as talented as Malik Monk. His talent was never in question. I know there's been some issues about how they thought his mentality has been, but clearly he's been over there and crypto. You know what I mean? Los Angeles Lakers isn't an easy place to play basketball, and he's made a good transition over there. With LeBron. I mean, he's one of the best players right now. They're 6-3 when he's a starter. I think as a starter for 9 games.
Points.
Yeah, 19 points per game. So, I mean, that's big time considering, what locker room he's walking into. Playing with LeBron isn't the easiest thing to do. Playing with LeBron, Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis is probably it's a head trip at the end of the day, but he's doing a good job.
What I like about him, he's a confident kid. I seen him wave off Braun and Russ number of times. He's a real confident kid, so I hope he gets a shot to really do his thing.
Agreed.
GP the second, Gary Payton Jr.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, making a name for himself as well with the Dubs. He signed a 1-year deal worth almost $2 million, $350,000 guaranteed. Season stats: 17 minutes per game, 7 points per game. He said averaged about almost 8 points a game, or one still close to 1.5 steal a game. That's what I like about him more than anything. I don't care about him being an athlete. He has that in his genes from his father.
Oh, yeah.
A lockdown defender. I take pride on defense. I don't care how big you are, how strong you are. I'm competing. That's one thing I love about GP.
And he's stronger than his dad. You know what I mean? I played with Gary Payton, the first in Seattle for 3 years, and I watched Little G I remember when he was a baby shooting baskets at Key Arena before the games and after the games. But I mean, I've been on non-guaranteed contracts. You know what I mean? I don't know, so I know how going through the year, having a knife at your throat, playing your ass off, not necessarily know if you're gonna be guaranteed.
Looking over your shoulder.
At first, you got to get minutes. You know, when you come to a non-guarantee, sometimes you come and you might not even get minutes to play yourself. You might be there just in case this other dude get hurt.
Right.
So the fact that, you know what I mean, Steve, again, the Warriors organization, Bob Myers, shout out Bob Myers, UCLA Bruin and Steve Kerr, but every time they get his kid an opportunity, he steps up when his minutes go up. As you said, he's a defender, even more athletic and built like his mom, you know what I mean? The mom's was an athlete, I believe, a track star, so I'm happy for G. I mean, his numbers look like they've been paying people a lot of money for 7.8 points per game.
But I'm saying, and also as a starter, he's 12.5 for 5 rebounds. 12.5 points, 5 rebounds as a starter. I think that warrants 50, 60 million these days.
They handing it out to some other people based on talent and other things. He's got the good pedigree from his father. You know what I mean? The numbers speak for themselves.
He's coachable, and one thing I love about him, he took the hard route. He didn't just come straight out of college and just stick to the NBA.
Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? D-League, you know, he had to take the hard route, and I always respect guys like that because I'm one of them.
And he's never really asked anything of his father. At the end of the day, he's been going through this stuff, you know what I mean? Obviously, we know his father is, but he's been, like you said, he took the long road, and it wasn't easy. He could have gave up a long time ago.
My dad and Gary Payton, I'm cool. I ain't got to work.
I ain't got to do nothing, really. You know
I'm
what I mean? I
straight.
go live off these glove checks and, you know what I mean, do whatever I got to do. But the fact that...
And that Gary Payton Kush, some of the best.
The cookies.
Yeah, that Gary Payton.
You know, he got multiple income streams. So it ain't about the money with the kids.
Not at all.
Not at all.
He loved the game. He really loved the game.
Yes, sir.
Next up, our boy Born Ready returns with fire Lance Stephenson. He on a 10-day hardship contract worth about $140,000. Yeah, he's been playing well, bro. I know he belongs in the league. It ain't no doubt. I was kind of a head case like him, so I get it. But the best place a head case could be is with Rick Carlisle.
Ooh.
Because Rick Carlisle allows you to be yourself.
Yeah.
He loves players like me. He loves players like Ron Artest. He loves those type of guys that take passion in playing basketball. Because Rick was that type of guy. Rick was that type of guy. I don't know if you watch Rick play. He was the get-in-your-face type of guy. Rick knew he wasn't that talented.
Jim Carrey.
But he is probably one of the smartest coaches. I wouldn't say smartest, but as far as offensive-wise.
He's up there.
And X and O's.
He's up there.
I don't think it's too many guys smarter than Rick Carlisle. You know, we call him Jim Carrey too. You know what I'm saying? So, but Lance Stephenson is at a great place with them. He's playing well, putting up big numbers. I think he can get paid there.
Didn't he? He played with the Pacers. He's got a history there. Like you said, Jim Carrey is like, I think he enjoys the challenge of having spirited players on his ball club. I think he'd rather win with people who
care.
And he don't have to put the battery in their back. He just got to tell them to dial it back a little back.
Right.
You know what I mean? We can't be mad at Coach Carlisle for
that. He's good at that. He did it with me.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So make him Lance dance, you know what I mean? You've seen him on a lot of memes, but Lance is a good basketball player. You know what I mean? And obviously, he's been working on his game and keeping himself in shape, keeping his mental together.
Gave the Nets 30.
For somebody who they said they didn't have their mental together, for somebody who's been off work, just to step back, get a Nets 30, come back and have 16 and 14 in a win. You know what I mean? So a lot of times these efforts are lost when you lose,
right?
Especially on your 10-day.
Right.
So you can have three or four games in your 10-day and have all L's. You can have that Herculean effort, 30, 20, 30, but you lost. you're not really adding no value. And upstairs, they can kind of, you know what I mean? We didn't win with them, so we don't really
get him
need
out of here.
Yep.
But I think the way he's playing, bro, we all know he belongs in the league. I think his attitude now and the way he's playing definitely warrants him another contract and a guaranteed stay in the league now.
Especially with the COVID stuff, and you need some people on ready
with experience.
Alert 5. They don't need to be coming in guessing. Like, this is going to be a thing. I think this is going to be a new thing for the bros. If you're around waiting for a job, cause as it is in the league right now with the COVID protocols, and you can keep yourself in shape.
Come play in the Big Three, baby.
Come with these hardship contracts, or go to the Big Three, or come get one of these hardship contracts, get your 10-day up, you know what I mean? You never know. You might be able to earn yourself, create a new future.
But from the Big Three, we had, I think, 3 or 4 guys get a shot. Joe got called up, Mario Chalmers got called up, and there's somebody else that I'm missing that got a call up. So Isaiah Briscoe is on the Minnesota Timberwolves D-League team. He might get called up. So, and he was on my championship team this year.
Shout out Big Three. Coach Stak bringing them chips home.
Yes, sir. The Iverson Classic and Showtime basketball. How that sound?
It sounds good. You know what I mean? A partnership between, the AI Classic and Showtime basketball, the multiverse that is becoming Showtime basketball right now. It sounds good. The partnership was made. We've been spending a lot of time in Memphis together at the Battle in the Bluff at the AI Classic the previous year during the pandemic, while they didn't have the McDonald's game. And this is a passion project for you, Jack. So, you know what I mean? You tell me how that looks and what you've seen from the AI Classic and how it's all
I just feel honored that I was a big piece to bringing that together. It's been a blessing for me that AI asked me to coach from year one, to be a part of his game, knowing how I felt about him and knowing how a lot of us felt about AI. We all feel like he never got his just due, and he still don't get his just due for what he's done for the game and the culture. So when he said he was having a game and he wanted me to coach, I look at it like it's my game, right? And we all play in the McDonald's game. How great would that feel to our culture and to us and all the basketball players that Allen Iverson game is bigger than the McDonald's game, right? And that's where it's getting to, because he's getting all the same players that and some of the players, even like last year, they didn't have a McDonald's game.
True.
So they had to play in the Allen Iverson game, right?
True.
You know what I mean? So just to be a part of this and just to being able to bring both of my families, Showtime and Allen Iverson Classic together to do this, I think it's great, because not only is it good for AI, for him to get the look that he deserves, but also is a great look for us at Showtime to be involved in the high school atmosphere as well.
I think you hit it right on the head, being at the Allen Iverson Classic and the record numbers of games at the Battle in Bluff and seeing it all come together. I think it's going to be something new for the viewers, for the future, for the babies to see. Like you said, at the McDonald's High School All-American game, it just wasn't any former players there, or even people that look like us at the end of the day. What I saw there with the former players being heavily involved in practices and from every aspect of the game, was unique. And I think Showtime is unique, obviously. Showtime basketball is unique, and it got to start somewhere, you know what I mean? Hats off to you for, doing all that you can do in the high school space with time you can. And it's been, it's been a blessing. And I think it's going to be something that people are going to enjoy in the future as it grows. But aside of that, I know you be doing a lot of work in the community outside of Memphis. It isn't just basketball. There's always a give back component to what Showtime basketball, what you and Matt do, and you specifically. And I know you do a lot of work in the community in Memphis out there. Talk to me about, Memphis is going through it a lot.
Right.
You know what I mean?
With
young Dolphin, right? Talk to me a little about, the community in Memphis and what you've seen out there and just what this partnership can do to heal the city of Memphis.
Well, I think, we off to a great start with it. I think anything we've done in Memphis, we incorporated some type of education or some type of understanding to the kids that's playing in the game, how blessed they are. Right? You know what I'm saying? How fortunate they are. You're in a great position. A lot of people don't have the things or are in a position to have the opportunities that you have. And this is the people who died for you to have these opportunities by taking them to the Martin Luther King Museum and stuff like that. So I think it's a great experience for everybody. For me, I know it's a great experience for me because not only am I being around the game of basketball, but I'm giving back. Right? And it's no handbook on how to give back, right?
No.
You guys to genuinely care. So just partnering with the NAACP in Memphis and just trying to do the right things when you have time, you know, in the community, it's been a blessing, man. But we had a great time out there. We're doing a lot of stuff out there with the partnership with the Iverson Classic and Showtime Basketball. And we have a little teaser for you. Check this out.
I don't think a game like this really works with anybody else.
This is solely about the kids. This is solely about uplifting Allen Iverson.
Well, this classic right here, it ain't like no other.
Everything is raw with this game. The players control it.
What Showtime Basketball is doing, what the Iverson Classic does, it's always been about embracing authentic relationships.
In a year from now, your whole family's dynamics can change. Take advantage of guys who've been there, done that, been through some real experiences.
1, 2, 3.
We all care about the younger generation of kids who are playing basketball.
Having these guys is everything.
A lot of people get attitude and passion confused.
Continue to dream, man. Continue to play every game like it's your last. This that feeling right here.
I think it's just amazing the bond that we're creating with the younger generation. You know, we talk about in the NBA all the time, like it's not enough vets in the NBA, you know what I mean, for the younger guys that's coming in. Well, I think this is a great way to wipe all that out by bonding with these kids before they even get there. You know what I mean? And I think we're doing a great job at that because my son is fans of a lot of these kids, right? And I'm able to learn these kids and grow relationships with them. And now I'm seeing from the year one of the Iverson game, I'm seeing some of these kids in the NBA now, and they texting me like, "Oh, gee, man, I remember you told me this." You know what I mean? So it feels good to be able to bond with these kids and give them game before they even get to that level.
True.
Instead of like we did, got to the level, then got the game and had to figure it out.
Yeah, I think they let us make a ton of mistakes, you know, right in the front of everybody's face. You know what I mean? I think the involvement of the former players and being there the past 2 years and watching you and like just understand everybody's time as a father. People got business, they got bills to pay. They come there and they dedicate their time and everything is organic. You know what I mean? And like you're getting to them early where it's not you giving up another half of your life to join a coaching staff or join the NBA pro coaching program or front office training, whatever it is. That could be another 3 or 4 years lost. I agree with you. This is a direct way to influence the youth in the way that we know how. That's not cookie cutter, you know what I mean? It's obviously, you know, the way we're used to disseminating information and hearing it. So it's been a blessing to watch you guys work through everything and be a part of it. So I think the sky is the limit as far as the partnership with the AI Classic and Showtime Basketball.
NFL playoffs are here, bro. Wild card weekend. We got some crazy matchups in the AFC, man. Steelers and Chiefs Sunday. Patriots at Bills Saturday, Raiders at Bengals, and the Titans with a bye.
Yeah, and in the NFC, we got the Eagles against Thomason and the Bucks. We got Bang Bang Niner Gang against them boys. I guess, you know what I mean? I guess we got the Cardinals and the Rams, which is like a trap game. You know what I mean? We don't know who's going to win that.
Right.
And the Packers and Aaron, you know what I mean, got to buy. So
they got to buy.
Got to buy. Of course they did.
Well, I mean, I don't even have to ask you what's your game that you're looking at because you're looking at taking the L, right?
I don't know what that means necessarily. I mean, the game that we're highlighting, we're talking about is, you know, the Niner game versus them boys.
Them Cowboys.
In
Dallas.
At Jerry's house.
At our house. At our
Jerry,
house.
You know, that sounds good and everything, but we know how y'all act. We know how y'all act when it comes down to these things.
That's the past. But is it a coincidence that you're on the show today as my partner in crime? And we play each other in the playoffs Sunday?
Serendipity. Serendipity like a mug, y'all. I wish, you know, I only wish that we had T.O. to come back and do that shit in the middle of the star.
Oh, on the Cowboy? In the Cowboy uniform, though. In the Cowboy uniform, though.
That's funny.
Because he did play for the Cowboys, too.
That's cute.
All right.
That's good. That's
Cowboy uniform.
Yeah, he did. But
we
need him in the 40. We need him in that 49er uniform. But this is gonna be dope.
Y'all finally healthy.
Ish. Jimmy tried to give it away, but then he ended up winning it. So Jimmy Garoppolo is interesting as a 49er fan. You love him 1 minute, then you hate him, and you wish you trade him, and then the other kid played, but he ends up coming through. The defense is looking good. I wouldn't want to see us.
We're not going to talk about defenses. We got Defensive Player of the Year as a rookie.
That got a slant to it.
Where's the slant?
That got a slant to it. Passes is up. They just be throwing over there. The kid is doing a great job. I actually like him. He reminds me of when Deion went over to the over there and had was good. But
well, you know what makes it easy for him? We have DeMarcus Lawrence.
Yes.
And we have Hardy on the other end.
Yeah.
So.
Man, we looking good. We got Eric Armstead.
I'm scared of Debo.
Warner.
I'm scared of Debo.
We got Debo is like Booby Miles.
I'm scared of Debo.
He'll throw it. He'll kick it. He'll pour you a glass of Gatorade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Debo do it all.
He do it all. You know what I mean? He been that way the whole time. Plus, we got the Kittle. We got running backs. I think we straight. You're going to be surprised. I can't wait.
It's going to be a great matchup, bro, because we got a lot to prove. Y'all finally getting healthy.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a great matchup, man. I'm trying to tell Showtime we need to go behind the scenes, let Matt put on his weak-ass 49er jersey, and I put on my Cowboy jersey. I don't know which one. I have so many.
Easy.
And
Easy.
And go down to the game and get some real footage, get a taste of the playoffs, because I've never been to Dallas Stadium.
Man, oh, you haven't?
Never, bro. I'm from Texas. I've never been, bro. So I think this would be a great opportunity.
That's weird because I've been to the 49ers home stadium.
I've been there too. I've been there too.
But you haven't been to your own team's home stadium, so that's just odd to me.
Yeah,
but I can't wait to see
the Bay. I lived in the Bay.
I can't wait to see the red and gold around all that blue. You know, they did it to the Rams this past weekend. If you looked up in SoFi, it was a lot of red and gold in there. And I know we travel well. So, you know.
It takes you back, though, to the Cowboy 49ers matchups over the years.
Yeah, it was one of the best
all those
rivalries.
historic games, man. So it's
yeah.
going to be good to get that feel back.
Can't wait. Any other matchups really excite you?
Yeah, man, the Raiders and Bengals. I'm going to tell you why. I love that kid, Chase. And I love the quarterback. Oh,
talk about it. Joe Burrow.
I love Joe Burrow.
Love his disposition.
LSU is my college team.
Fair.
So that's one reason why I love my cousin, Marcus Spears, who, you know, that's my first cousin. He played there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, won a national championship there.
Shout out Marcus Spears. I saw some video of him hooping online, too.
Yeah, he was All-American.
TJ Ford.
He was All-American.
Yeah, he looked like he knew what he was doing.
We all play for Houston
Texas
Hoops.
boys. They play a couple sports. Y'all got to know that. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Coach of Georgia Tech.
Yep.
But yeah, man, I like Chase and Burrow, man. I think this young tandem is really making noise in the league. And I want to see them shine. You know, the Raiders, we all know the Raiders. They've been through a lot, coaching and all that stuff. But I think the Bengals are really turning the corner and getting back to their playoff team.
I like the Bengals. They play like on Madden. You know, you got your receiver and a quarterback. You should be straight on Madden. And
I want to see the grid. I want to see them do the grid every time he scores. I want to see them do that.
Joe Burrow got a whole nother, you know what I mean? Joe Burrow got a black man soul low-key on the
He got swag.
I think he used to hoop too. So, you know, somewhere on the line, I think he used to be a black man. And that's a good thing. And I mean that with all due respect because he's the coolest the other side of the pillow. But I feel you on that. I like their energy. But at the same time, like the Raiders, they got to get off of, you know, retire with the whole Raider thing. You know, John Harbaugh or Coach Harbaugh, Jim Harbaugh is going to be a coach. Hopefully in the NFL, they need to go after him or somebody. The Raiders, unfortunately, like you said, we know who they are. It's really about, you know, the young guys at the Bengals.
What other game are you looking at?
Cardinals, Rams.
Track meet,
and it has, you know, direct implications.
Who scores last?
Yeah. And that's going to be a trap game. You know, we don't really know. The Rams came out loud. The Cardinals came out like gangbusters. We thought they was going to, you know, run through the league. Then the league got caught up to them. The Rams, they've been playing okay. OBJ's been waking up.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford's been turning the ball over a little bit, though. You know what I mean? Giving away to the other team. So, I mean, that's going to be a big NFC West game. That's an old-school matchup.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of scoring in that game.
Yeah.
The Cardinals just came to Dallas and beat the brakes off us. And the Rams, you know, they got a high, like you said, they got a high-power offense, and OBJ is in his bag right now.
He is in his bag.
Oh, we can't forget probably the best receiver in the league right now, Cooper Kupp.
Oh, Cooper.
Let's not forget that. Got to give him his props.
Yeah. He. I know they're playing an extra game with the 17th game, but the fact that anybody's taking a run at Megatron's record right
Crazy.
now, considering OBJ is on the team and they got tight ends and running backs who can catch, so I'm all for Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp is cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Closing thoughts.
Yes, sir.
10-day contract check-ins. So many guys with 10 days, man. We don't know who's gonna be around.
Facts.
You know what I mean? What about Isaiah Thomas? He looking for his next opportunity. I don't know why he didn't stick. He played well when he was with the Lakers. What you think about that for Isaiah getting back in the league?
I think it goes back to what we talked about earlier. I don't think they got any wins when IT was on his 10-day. So although he did good on the stat sheet, I don't think, to upstairs, that don't seem like a value add if they can't eke out a couple wins with you, getting some minutes and, putting up a stat sheet. But I hope IT he definitely deserves. We don't have to keep repeating that if he deserves a chance or not. But
a lot of times during this season, a lot of teams have their rosters, you know what I'm saying?
Their rotations.
You think he can come off the bench somewhere?
His game travels. But aside from the fact that we don't know, we know he's going to be not a lockdown defender, but off the dribble, spot-up shooting, decision-making, pressure situations. He said some end-of-the-game winners. I feel like his game travels, and, you can find a spot for IT somewhere.
Facts.
Yeah.
DeMarcus Cousins talks about him signing with Denver again, being with his old coach, Coach Malone.
Yeah.
What you think about that? Him and Jokic.
Like you spoke to that with Rick Carlisle earlier. If you can, if you got a relationship with a coach, you know what I mean. If you can get back with him, I know that's important for Boogie at the end of the day. It's to be just to feel safe in the work environment. You know what I mean. He's always coming in with the knife at his throat. You know what I mean, trying to prove his worth. So I think him being there with Malone should help. I think he's going to do a lot for Jokic.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Free Jokic up just to be the skilled player he is. And, Boogie can run around, keep him clean and be that enforcer. How you think that's going to play out?
I love Boogie, man. Me and Matt always been big fans of Boogie, man. And we just want to see him in the league where he belongs. So I don't care what the role is. Just give him the respect he deserves because he deserves to play and be on the roster and just treat him like, he need to be treated.
That's all.
Stanley Johnson. He been balling with the Lakers. He on his second 10-day.
Yeah.
What you think about him?
Stanley, man, California kid. I believe Mater Dei High School. He went to he obviously was drafted high.
Mater Dei.
I think he went to Mater Dei. A lot of Shea Cotton-ish.
Shea
Cotton-ish, man-child. He's been down to the G League. Obviously, his time didn't work out his first couple of years in the league, but with the small ball lineup and them trying to move LeBron in and out of the 5, they're 4-1 as a starter with LeBron at the 5. I think it's a good look.
Yeah, I like him, man. I think it just wasn't a good fit for the player he is when he was in Detroit.
Yeah.
At the beginning of his career. And
he's not a go-to guy.
He's the type of guy that needed to go through a little something, you know what I mean? Because he has the body for an NBA player, a football player, really.
Any sport.
But I think this is a great fit for him because he can come in a tough-nosed guy. They don't have a tough-nosed guy on the wing.
They do not.
You know what I mean? Melo's at the end of his career, but I think he'll fit in good and do a lot of the dirty work and be like a Marcus Smart over there.
I agree. Young guy, like you said, you spoke to, his physical attributes. I think, as the starters go in, again, with the protocols, I think that just having him available to bring in and off the bench in different capacities is going to work well for them.
Bismack Biyombo signed for the rest of the remainder of the season with the Suns to play behind Ayton. Even they still have JaVale McGee, but what does Bismack Biyombo bring to them that they need to sign him for the remainder of the season? Help me understand that one.
I was waiting for a body?
I have no idea.
Maybe I'm uninformed about Bismack Biyombo's skill set. I don't want to misspeak.
Yeah,
but
I'm
I
not familiar with his skill set
there.
either. Yeah, I know JaVale. I know JaVale's skill set. He
does
it very well.
Yeah, I know, but DeAndre
good enough to be a backup and a starter.
He's got a ring. Yeah, however you want. I know, but DeAndre, I seen him do the thing where he caught it outside. What has Bismack been doing? I don't know. I just haven't I haven't opened up a file on Bismack yet.
Stay tuned. We got to do more homework. We got to go talk to the general
I don't want to miss
somebody at the staff. Yeah, because we want to know what he's done to be signed for the rest. Shout out to you though, Bismack.
Yeah,
but we don't
get your money. Get your money. Yeah. I just don't want to have us misspeaking.
Yeah,
we don't know.
We don't know.
Nah, that's all I can do for you.
Oh, man. We don't know.
Hey.
Hey, man, we want to give a quick All the Smoke shout-out to my brother Just Jordan at J40 Water. Say, man, you got a dope All the Smoke tattoo, man. The first one I've seen by one of our fans. I got to meet you in person, bro.
Yeah.
I got to meet you. I think it's so dope. You forcing me to get mine. Matt already has his, but shout out to you, man. We appreciate the love and support. That's the realest support you can get when somebody ink their body with your logo, bro.
I mean, shit, it's y'all show. I ain't gotta say nothing. That's hard. That's love right there, and that shows to the how the reach of the show.
So when you see me, bro, please reach out. If I see you somewhere,
you gotta
DM me.
Through. Yeah.
DM me.
You gotta follow
I want to meet you, bro.
Gotta follow through.
Last but not least, bro.
Yeah.
There's been a lot going on in the NFL with our brother AB. As we know, he walked off the field.
Yeah.
Took his jersey off.
Yeah.
Shot the deuce to the fans.
Yeah.
Waited outside for one of his homeboys to pick him up in the chauffeur.
Yeah, in them boots.
In the boots.
In them boots.
Okay. Next thing you know, he in the club with Fab.
He been
courtside.
dropped
the video.
He been courtside.
It's a lot been going on.
Hey, the little video,
It's all right. It's all right.
If you close your eyes and you don't realize it's AB, like it sounds like what they listening to.
That's how they rapping now.
Yeah.
And me and Matt spoke on on kind of that the last was burning, but a lot's happened since.
Yeah.
Me personally, dog, I kind of understand some of the things that he's upset about, but I wouldn't have did it in that fashion. And I'm an asshole.
Ooh.
I wouldn't have did it in that fashion. I would have did it before the game where I wouldn't have showed up. Or I would have waited till after the game and went crazy in the locker room. I wouldn't have, you know what I'm saying? And I got kicked out of games in the NBA.
Yeah.
And I have arguments with coaches where coaches sent me to the locker room.
Yeah.
But it's never to the point where I took my uniform off and said, I quit. I ain't fucking with my teammates no more. You know what I'm saying? And that's a lot of people don't know the everything that's going on, but you draw a line right there. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're not just putting your personal stuff ahead of the team. You showing your whole team up.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? And I've always been a team guy. Tim Duncan called me the ultimate teammate. So I always take pride of how I make my teammates look.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing I didn't like about it. Because, the man was playing for his money. He was trying to get his extra money by a couple more catches or something like that. I don't know all the information, but you still don't handle it that way, considering all the hiccups you done had and what other players did.
A lot of chances.
That stepped up to get you back in the league.
Yep. You got Thomason sticking up for you, letting you stay at the crib. I mean, AB's transgressions have been well documented. We've seen all the shit that AB's up to. Hopefully, he got to that number in his mind where he's financially comfortable. I don't know, dog. Maybe
you have to be acting like that.
Yeah, maybe he like, I don't really need the football shit anymore. I got the number in the bank. You know,
you don't tell nobody to kiss your ass unless your ass is cash.
You understand what I'm saying to you? And that's some Texas boy shit right there. If I ever heard it, you know what I mean? Gripping wood, no freaky, but you know what I mean? That's exactly what that is. But yeah, I don't know what AB's story is. Hopefully he got the bag in place in order he can make these moves. The music thing, I know he's been talking about some shit with Kanye. That's interesting.
Do what you want though. I mean,
live,
because football, you ain't gonna play no more football.
No.
I don't think anybody take a chance on it. Like if you want to go do music with Kanye, I hope they embrace it and I wish him well. But I don't think he'll ever play another football game again.
That's a good place to be to have somebody polarizing as Kanye over with you, just so they can forget about all the shit that you're doing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So if that's what he want to do, you know what I mean. More power to him in the new year. But I think AB want to play football on the low. There's just some other shit going on we don't know about that he got to deal with. You know what I mean, on his time.
Hold up, but don't. You're the defending champions with a chance to win another championship.
Man,
I don't care what you got going on.
A receiver down.
But the whole purpose is to win, though. You win, and you're playing with Tom Brady. You have a chance to win another championship. I don't care what I got going on at that moment. I'll wait till after we raise that trophy again. Then I have more of an incentive to complain about what I was mad at.
To cut
that
up.
makes more sense.
To cut up. You get some ammunition.
You can really cut up.
Yeah.
Hey, you can do
it's
that.
even better.
No,
it's
go at the parade.
Yeah.
This your speech.
Yeah.
Man, we had a great season, but I'm time for me to get paid, goddammit.
Boom.
That's what would have been perfect time.
It would have been a lot better than him undressing in front of the stadium and leaving on the
Throwing
homie.
your jersey on like a kid that
Everybody,
we take your ball from
come
the
on, man.
court.
Come on. And they was going to you. They was trying to help you fulfill so you can get your bonuses and shit. They was looking out for you. I don't know. AB's a trip. You know what I mean? He probably is as good as a football player as we think he is, but all the other shit that comes with it, you know what I mean? That's up to, management decide. But
we wish him, at the end of the day, he's still our brother. We wish you the best, bro.
Live, brother.
But we'd rather see you on the football field.
No doubt.
And then, like I said, bro, we really don't know the whole story. I know I don't. The coach Aaron's is saying one thing, AB saying another, AB showing text, proof of what him telling coach that he wasn't healthy. So it's a lot going on, but just the way he responded And to let that coach get under his skin like that, you know what I mean? I think that's the whole point. Like I said, we don't know everything that went on. We wish the best for him, but just how that went down, it didn't look good.
It didn't, and we know the football players and injuries, what they have to play to go through. There's no secret. They get, take shots of Toradol.
You never know how hurt somebody is.
You never know. You never know what last move. Maybe he went out there on one play, and then he cut one time. He was like, nah, that's it.
But only you know your body.
Yeah, so, that's an archaic thing to think, you know what I mean, to think about AB, telling somebody if they're healthy or not to play. I'm sure AB's... aside from the vaccinating situation, he's been pretty much on schedule. He's just been playing football, producing. They're down a receiver anyway, so he was going to get some more looks. So we don't never want to take in an injury or somebody. We don't, like you said, we don't have all the information, but we just hope he gets better. You know what I mean?
We fans of AB, so.
We at the end of the day, that's all it is. At the end of the day, that's all it is. We want to see AB healthy and back to playing football.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, that was great today, bro, man. I mean, it's easy to work with people you know. You know what I mean? I wish I could do this with you more, bro. It was a great show. I enjoyed it.
Man, thanks for having me. It's been an honor. I know a lot of people watching the show.
They don't know we go back, though.
They don't know.
Way back. When I was trying to get in the NBA.
But that's going to unfold, too. That's going to unfold in the multiverse, too. We're going to tell that story, too. You know what I mean? When it's to be told. But I appreciate it. Like I said, this could have... I know a lot of people wish they was up here doing it with you, and I just appreciate you trusting your boy to do it.
My brother.
But yeah, What's Burning is available every week on Showtime Basketball YouTube.
And on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Show Basketball.
You dig.
Hello? I tell you something I did.
Ray?
Something bad. Shit runs downhill. Father to son, father to daughter.
He's gonna kill Mickey.
It has to end.